Yo, I got a long one here. I'm gonna see how much I can get through on this first part. I'm a huge fan of Patrice O'Neal, and I probably have heard this already, to be honest, because I've heard a lot of his shit. But this one is 36 minutes long. If it holds my attention for the entire 36 minutes, then I will do the whole thing. But if not, I'll split it into parts. Anyway, Patrice O'Neal, the greatest story ever told on radio. This was recommended by a subscriber on the post that I did asking people to tell me what they want me to react to. So, here it is.
Something we couldn't get to yesterday because we just babble when we're supposed to be doing something.
What did we miss getting to?
Pregnant 37-year-old who banged 15-year-old boy. Good Morning America audio. Delicious.
Ooh.
You've heard this story, of course, right? This 37-year-old lady banging the 15-year-old, she got pregnant.
She got pregnant from him.
Yep. And
Wow.
there's jail involved and all sorts of stuff.
Of course there.
And I am willing to bet the money in my pocket, which is nothing, because I do have pockets. I just noticed that I'm wearing my bathrobe. Fuck, dude. Whatever, too late now. I did a couple other videos before this one, and sit here. Women get lesser prison sentences than men do for the same crime, which is wild, dude. And I know the statistics is also this like that for like racial groups too, but the more consistent and greater disparity between justice and sentencing is men serve more time in prison for the same crime than women do, which is fucking crazy. And sorry, and I was in, funny story, I won't say the whole thing, but I was in the military prison for some certain reasons whenever I was in the military. Women had the women that were in prison. So there's different setups for prison, right? Different facilities that are created and set up to hold different types of criminals for a certain amount of time. The one I was at was set up to hold people for a certain amount of years. If you had a longer sentence or a more serious crime, you had to be transferred to another military prison on a military base, usually Fort Leavenworth or some shit like that, which is, you probably heard of Fort Leavenworth. But the facility we're at was not meant to hold people for a certain period of time because of the way security was set up. You can only have people here for that was doing like a few years. Anything over 5 years or 10 years or something like that, you had to be somewhere else. But that same prison allowed women who were serving life sentences to stay there. So in other words, what I'm trying to say, and hopefully I'm making sense here, women who committed very serious crimes, who were serving life sentences in prison, were allowed to stay at a less secure facility. Now, you can come up with all sorts of reasons why. You can say they're less of a threat, even though some of them killed people. But they're different. Women are weaker, whatever. The point is, we're treated differently. Even in jail, even when you're a criminal, you're treated differently. All right?
There's jail involved.
So far, no jail involved. Still a case, I guess. But I think this is the pregnant mom on Good Morning America yesterday. We didn't get to this. Let's listen in.
Why are you speaking out now?
I've had enough, the slander, the ridicule. I'm not the person they're portraying me to be.
Victim. She's the victim. Here we go.
The grandmother. I just want everybody to know my side. There's two sides to every story.
And your side of the story is, Lisa, that you didn't know he was 14 years old. You said you thought he was 17?
Yeah, that worked.
Yes, that's correct. He was very persuasive, very mature.
He was very persuasive. In other words, She's the victim. He's the perpetrator. He's the one that initiated the act. Jesus Christ.
Words can't describe. I mean, I didn't even want to go out with him at first, even knowing he was 17 or thinking he was 17.
Plausible deniability. Plausible deniability. A woman must always have plausible deniability. I didn't want to sleep with them, but, we had a few drinks. I didn't want to sleep with him, but, he was very persuasive. He was very persistent. I didn't like him at first, but then he did this. It's never, I wanted to sleep with him, so I slept with him. I made a mistake. It's never that.
But he insisted, he wouldn't give up. And,
Am I fucking good or what, bro?
It was a very, I can't even describe it. It was very nice. He was very nice, very polite.
This is a giant cock.
Oh, well. How'd that get on Good Morning America?
Can any statutory rapist man be on just explaining his whole deal about how a 37-year-old man fucked a 15-year-old girl? Hey, man.
Fuck no.
Look, man, she had big, giant titties, and her areolas look like fucking rims.
Yeah.
When I sucked her tits, I swear I tasted 25. And she had...
Imagine, and not even that. I know he was being funny shit like that, but what if the dude was like, she was very persuasive. Dude, there's girls when I was in high school that looked like they were in their fucking 20s. Right? There are girls now where I can't tell how they're walking around with their moms or their grandma or somebody in the store or in the gym that I used to work at. And I'm like, there was a girl that like come in and she had a very serious look on her face. She'd come in by herself, do her workouts, and she's very, very developed, bro. And then I'm like, damn, who's that? And then one of the coworkers next to me, this older lady, is like, she's like 15. I'm like, you see what I'm saying? So I can understand the mistake. But what Patrice said, you imagine a man on there explaining his side of the story. She was mature, man. She was persuasive, I didn't want to, but
had the bush of an old bitch. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, really, she just kept pushing and pushing. I kept asking her, why don't you have a period? Every month, I go, why aren't you bleeding? Because you're not even in hitting puberty yet? Oh, I couldn't believe it because you had hair on the arm.
Cellulite. Was that... What girl at 12 years old has cellulite?
I don't understand.
Double standards. Unbelievable.
It's a double standard, but double standards exist, and that's... what are you going to do about it? You're right, though. They would never put a guy...
What are you going to do about it? You have to give... There has to be give and take, right? If you're going to allow a double standard to exist, there has to be some type of benefit that the person receiving the smaller standard or the higher standard, the people who have to live with the higher standard should get some type of compensation for that. That's the issue, right? If women get to if women get to have the reward of having the lower standards and the lower prison sentences and the lower scrutiny for doing certain acts, then there has to be some type of reward for men that have to be treated with the higher standard, right? There has to be some balance there. You can't have, lesser prison sentences, lesser social scrutiny, always called the victim, being excused, allowed to get away with certain crimes and childish behavior. You can't have all those benefits and then be like, well, we want to be paid the same and we want to be treated the same, because now you're up here. That's not equal.
On there explaining how he mistook a 14-year-old girl for 17 or 18. They lock him up, throw away the key. Yeah. I am not going to sit in a room with a disgusting man like you.
She used FDS. They don't start using that shit till they like 30. Are you all right?
Yes.
The bitch had her own medicine cabinet. She had her own apartment. How can she be 12 with good credit? This bitch gets to explain, but here's the other side of that. Guys don't give a fuck. I don't. We fucking your 37-year-old when I was 15 is that's some max shit.
That
for a guy,
is right.
And you can't go to, you know what? You can't be mad at her because if you go to the boy, he's going to be like, well, I got some pussy. It was great.
Yeah, I was digging it.
Please don't send her to jail. I'm not, I knew what I was doing.
And you know it was, again, because he told a friend or something. How'd she get nailed?
I don't
remember.
She
got pregnant?
There's so many of these, I don't even know.
There are, but it usually turns out that
Yeah.
a friend rats out because these kids, you got to tell someone. Dude, you know what I'm doing?
Of course.
I'm fucking
this
woman. You know.
I fucked this black girl at work. My height, so about 6'1". She's maybe like an inch shorter than me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making shit up. She was my height, so over 6 foot, and she had an amazing body. She had a very athletic body. All right, like think about like one of the Williams sisters, Serena or whatever the other one's name is. Think about like a body similar to that, like very athletic build, very thick in all the right places. Not super buff arms though, and a cuter face when she had glasses and whatnot. Oh fucking! And after I fucked her, the next after I fucked her. The next day at work, I was fucking telling everybody about it, and like this one black dude that looked like Tupac was like, "Yo, you the man, bro." And she's like, "Yo, did you tell what's his name that we hooked up?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah. Why? Duh." I just said yes. Yeah, what? Am I gonna do lie? What? No. The look on her face was fucking hilarious when I said yes.
And the kid's like, what? Can I get some? No. All right, I'm ratting you out.
And the kid with that one hair, just starting puberty, runs home
The
to
little
mommy.
peach fuzz mustache that's just over the outside of your lip, like the corners of your mouth.
He's a young...
Oh, right.
That mustache.
He's a young do-gooder, and he goes right home to mom and says, "This is what I heard in school today."
And then the mother gets
Keep
on
it to
the
yourself.
phone. The mother calls up a couple of her friends.
That's right.
And gets advice. Well, you
That's
have
right.
to do the right thing and call the police.
That's right.
You have to. Do you know if you don't call the police and you know about this, you can get in trouble?
I don't want to see women go to jail for getting young dick, but I would like to see bitches go to jail for falsely accusing motherfuckers of rape. I would like to see.
Do you think that happens that much?
Yes.
That you really need to make a.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Really.
Yes.
Do you have a story? I mean,
Yes.
You really have a story?
Yeah.
But what was there drinking involved?
No.
What happened?
It was white and blackness involved.
Oh boy,
Got yourself
that's-
a piece of white ass.
Damn.
And that's what happened.
Oh no!
And the only reason I'm not locked
You
up
are
today,
lucky that the calendar
in Boston
has a 19
from that type of shit is because she wasn't the mayor's daughter.
Really?
You know what I mean? Or the governor's daughter. She was just
Well, how long ago this happened?
when I was like 16.
Yeah, I was saying you're lucky the calendar had a 19 in the front.
Right, and it's like
and not an 18.
It's
or you'd been swinging.
out of here. But it's like she was in the story was bullshit. You know, it's like, yeah.
What actually happened?
What actually happened is we was going to get some other pussy.
Ooh.
Bumped into. Wow, this is a long fucking time ago.
Yeah.
Shit, holy shit. We was going to get some.
Wow, he's getting nervous.
Yeah,
It's like he's
What's the statute of limitations on that shit? He's got to think about that.
testifying.
Yeah,
It's
so-
like he's on the fucking stand. Well, I don't recall.
It happens. That's why it's just like everything. When I hear Tyson, when I hear Kobe, immediately I'm on their side,
Right.
thinking of the situation, analyzing what happened. Because to me, rape to me.
Let's all just take a swig of water.
I need some water, too.
I'm going to take a little drink here.
I'm getting dry mouth as well.
Sorry to interrupt again, but I'm so glad I have this chair now. Because otherwise my fucking ass would be hurting. My computer chair sucks.
Oh boy! All
Rape
right.
to me is taking pussy. All right, I just don't believe in date. I don't believe in any questionable
No,
rape
you
shit.
think rape is pretty like
it's a cut and dry thing to me. There's no
Yes.
there's no like fucking I don't know and I like this. That's why I know so much about fucking law. I look up this shit all the time. It's like
to you, it's waiting in a corner
It's
or in a hallway in an apartment building,
taking
grabbing
pussy.
her and sticking your dick in.
taking pussy is rape.
That's the one way, but yeah.
Pussy is rape. And now
You don't like the idea that if you're with a chick, you're out on a date.
no.
There can
If a woman, I'm gonna tell you something.
All right.
This is how much you're in the hands of the situation, the discretion of the woman. If she, a woman,
wow.
I'm telling you, it's
Memory. Like the corner.
Yeah. Oh my God. So
Holy shit! I can't get through this.
it's hard to talk about. This type of shit.
Take your coat off. Relax a little bit. You're heating up. The flop sweat is forming
Now,
on your
I
forehead.
found this out.
All right.
If you're fucking a girl, and
Uh-huh.
being that I'm 6'4", 700-pound black dude, right?
Yeah.
If you're fucking a girl and she thinks no, that's rape.
Thinks no.
Meaning I'm too scared to say no.
Oh shit.
And later she could say I was too afraid to say no to this.
But
Yeah.
shouldn't you be able to say, well, she was enjoying herself?
No, it's not.
There's nothing.
No,
You
it's-
can't throw anything in as a defense.
It's nothing. It's if I'm with a girl, this is why.
Reason number 3. There's 2 other reasons, but this is reason number reason number 3. While I'm what? God, I can't even fucking talk, bro. Losing brain cells. Watching all this stupid shit. This is one of the other main reasons why I went monk mode and stopped pursuing women. Right? A woman would have to literally fall into my lap or come up to me and like grab me and grope me and be like, I want to do this. Come over. I am not asking in years. Let's say, 2025? Since 2020, for 5 years, I've not asked for a chick's number. I've not pursued a chick. I did something nice for a girl because she did something nice for me, but that was more of a professional relationship. And then I think I might have like said if she wanted to get lunch or something like that. That was it. Nothing came out of it though. Yeah. 5 years I have not tried anything with a girl because of reasons like this.
Why I just stick with one chick, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Because if she decides to go, I just was afraid to say no at the time, and I was like, wait a minute, but you said it was delicious, we had a great time. I was just horrified to say no at the time. So here's the story.
Wow. Oh boy.
It's 5 of us,
Uh-oh.
and we're hanging out. You know, it's just 5 of us hanging out, and
5 guys.
5 guys
Yeah.
hanging out, and it was we used to hang out in in the suburbs of Boston.
Oh, and it's Boston.
So for a
oh
suburb.
shit! This is just. I just don't look good.
Yeah.
What town? What town?
Mississippi.
Stoughton.
All right.
So what happens is we go out. We're going to look for these other girls that we met like 3 days ago, 3 days before. Going to find them. So we meet 2 other girls who are looking for those girls that we were looking for, brother and his friends.
For those of you that are too young to understand what he means by they're going to look for him, this is before cell phones were a thing. This is whenever you would call up your friend on your home phone and be like, hey man, can I come over? You want to play? You're like, yeah, come on over, man. And then you hang up the phone and then you run down the block, get to his house, and you ring the doorbell and he doesn't answer the door. And you ring the doorbell and you ring the doorbell and you ring the doorbell. And and he's not coming to the door. You're like, what the fuck? This dude's a fucking asshole. He just played a prank on me. So you walk all the way back home, and then you get home, and then he calls you. Your phone's ringing. And he's like, hey, man, sorry, I was taking a shit. You can come over now. And you're like, fuck. You have to go back over there.
All right.
They was going to fuck the brothers. We was going to fuck the sisters. Okay? Couldn't find them. So we just go, hey, let's all hang out. You know? So I'm always been a paranoid motherfucker. So we started, talking to him, blah, blah, blah. Ended up going back to Negro part of Boston. So in the car, there was a black girl and a Portuguese girl. So the black girl's in the back fucking with the 3 other dudes. Me and the other guy was in the front. We were the oldest. In the front, he was driving. The Portuguese girl's in the middle.
Yeah.
White girl. I was on this end. They're back there feeling on the black girl's tits. Like, she's like, what are you doing? Stop it. So the white girl goes, oh, God. These fucking... They don't even realize that she's a talker. I'm a doer.
Oh.
So I go, okay, all right. I look at the dude driving, give him a wink. All right,
all right.
Take her back. My mother was out of town, so we take her back to my place. And
No, that's a mistake. You don't ever take them back to your place. Not that I've never done that, but like, as an older, more seasoned gentleman these days, you never take them back to your place.
And we get there, and
Never.
It was, boy, oh boy, it was real porn star shit.
She was a doer.
Jesus Christ. This is the first filth I've ever engaged in. She was jerking 2 guys off. One was fucking her, and she was sucking other guy's dick. It was
wow.
It was real porn.
The Portuguese?
And there was another guy in there with the black girl. Yeah, it was 2
double jerk.
Double jerk, 1 dick suck, and 1 fuck.
It's like trying to pat your head and rub your stomach at the same time. Like it's hard to do.
It was just, and it just went smoothly. Very smoothly, very non-rapey. No rapey shit.
Very non-rapey.
Just talking, just chilling, just fucking, things like that. Being young, here's the mistake. For any young motherfuckers out there, fuck it.
Words of wisdom.
Do your dirt by your lonely. Do your dirt by your lonely. Do not do things with other motherfuckers. And do not tell on pussy. Do not tell your buddies that a bitch was doing this. Here's what happened. This is where the rape shit comes in. This is 2 weeks later. This chick, we'll call it Janet. We told one of the guy's cousins who goes to school with the bitch that this chick, we did this. Yeah, we had a fun time 2 weeks ago. So this chick,
super fun time.
He goes and grabs her. And this fucking cocksucker, to this day, I hate this motherfucker. He blackmails her.
Oh, man. Bro.
Listen, if you don't suck my dick.
Oh, no.
I'm going to tell everybody what you did in Boston 2 weeks ago. She sucked his dick. After she sucked his dick, oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh my God. She runs through school. She goes into her big brother's classroom who goes to the same school. Such and such raped me. He gets up and he's chasing that motherfucker around school.
Wow.
Trying to kill him. Right? This motherfucker, they get him in the office, right? She's like, what's wrong? Hey, what's wrong? Her brother's like, I'm gonna fucking kill this fucking guy. She goes, he raped me. And then she goes, uh-oh. And I got raped in Boston 2 weeks ago.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, no.
What? This is why I love my mother like I don't love anybody else. I have no love for anybody else like I have my mother. Oh. My mother found this out. She came home from where she was. And this is bad karma because she was at a funeral and I was doing my shit. She comes on, what the fuck is going on here? because she saw something in the laundry that wasn't supposed to be in the laundry, like things like sheets or something. She's like, "What the fuck you doing?" You know, I was not the age when I'm washing anything.
Yeah.
I tell her the story. My mother puts me in the trunk of a car and sends me out of town.
In the actual trunk?
In the trunk of a car.
Holy shit.
And sends me the fuck out of town until she could figure this fucking thing out. They came to my school.
Damn. My parents would have fucking sacrificed me to the slaughter. Yeah, he's right here, officer. Yep, right here. Yep.
Looking for me.
The cops?
The cops.
Oh, damn.
They came looking for me to arrest me at school and arrest everybody at school, and I was gone already. My mother said, "This is you, And when I told her it was a white girl, she went,
Oh, man.
I was in the trunk of a car heading to a state unknown to hide out from this situation. So about a month later, I came back to school.
Wow.
And had to go through the process.
Holy
The process.
shit.
How'd you guys get off? Don't want to say.
Didn't get off.
You didn't.
Didn't get off.
What'd you get charged for?
I was 16. She was 15.
Did they whittle it down to something?
It was not whittled down to anything. Because they said you either plead guilty or you can go to court. We decided to go to trial. But we admitted, we fucked him.
Yeah.
But it's 16, 15. And that's statutory.
That was statutory.
That's it. So they're like, the time.
How long did you do?
You did time?
How long?
2 months. 2 months.
That's about as long as I did. Not for what he did. I did a much lesser thing. But in the military, it's considered a greater thing. But in the real world, if you got caught doing it, it'd be like, you did 2 months for that shit, you fucking retard.
Wow.
2 months.
Where? Walpole?
No, they didn't send me to Walpole.
No?
They sent me to...
Some youth center?
No.
No?
Sent two punk at me and one of my boys because we were
You went to big boy prison?
Big boy. And my boy went crazy.
Get the fuck.
He lost his mind because he was so scared of getting raped that he stopped washing up. He didn't take showers. And they started to throw piss on him. He started to beat him up. And they would come to me and go, yo, you got to tell your motherfucking co-defendant, get his shit right.
How about I tell myself what myself has to do?
And I
I
was so scared because of the stories you hear about that situation, but it was a guy who ran the prison. It was these 5 guys who ran the prison, these inmates. And they were named after southern states, like South Carolina. It was Carolina.
This is so scary.
It was like Carolina.
Dude, I'm freaking out, man.
Yeah. This is the first time I've ever talked about this.
Oh my God!
See, this is what happens with this radio show.
Yes,
you run out of shit to talk about. You go, well, I guess I can tell a story I've never told.
When you run out of funny, all of a sudden,
I'm choking back like this is like,
dude.
I'm gonna tell you, this is this is it. Like this is either the end of my career kind of thing, or
no.
People don't. And I realize this because it's like people don't. But all the shit that goes on out here. Here's where I kind of felt comfortable in terms of this. Those 5 guys, and it was an overcrowded place, this prison. And
right.
I used to hear all day long, there was this one other guy that they'd go, that motherfucker, he was in there for scalding his kid. This one guy was in there scalding his kid in the bathtub. And he's that baby burning motherfucker. We ought to fucking... we ought to kill that motherfucker, that baby burner, over here talking to me. He said hi to the guy who one of the southern state guys.
Yeah.
Who was on death row. This is back when when Bill Riley was on Current Affair.
Holy shit.
This was a guy who was on death row in the state that he was named after. I don't want to say his fucking state.
No.
But I know one of them's not South Carolina, so that's why I said, but any of those fucking states down there. So he was on death row. I'm so all over the place because you understand, man. That
you got the emotion.
Yeah.
It's like even the story is deeper. It's just so fucking. To me, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. So I'm in jail. We're corny. I'm a corny dude. And I'm a comic. I was born a comic, and I'm a corny fucking guy. You know what I'm saying? Grew up in a gangster area, but I used to make those guys laugh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So. So I was in there because it was a gangster whose name I'm not going to say either, but
No.
what they did was the guy goes, it was a judge who was known for being lenient.
Mm-hmm.
And he this is why I learned this thing, because he read a book. He's like, these guys didn't fucking do this. You know, he didn't force his way. And the bitch was in court going, and then they fucking did this, and then they did that. And I'm sitting there writing, and he was just, the judge was like saying, I'm very impressed with this. I know this is bullshit, but this is Boston, and they just wrote something about him, how he's too lenient on shit.
Oh, no.
So, at the time, I think the DA was Maloney or some, you know, Mick, you know. And so, they ended up going, we're gonna, this is what they did, sentenced us in February to the summer. This is what he said. This is just to teach you guys that, you know, that sex is not all about this stuff that you're doing. We're going to sentence you during the time of love. We're going to sentence you during the time of love, summertime. Just so you know why other people are cultivating their relationships.
Oh, while girls are jacking off for guys and sucking their cocks, you'll be...
This is one of my issues that I have with one of many issues that I have with the way the justice system is set up. It seems like a lot of sentencing is just the judge doing whatever the fuck he wants to do for whatever reason he wants. It doesn't matter if the evidence shows you're innocent. It doesn't matter if the evidence shows you're guilty. The judge is like, I'm gonna do this to teach you a lesson. Oh, you're talking too much. Contempt of court. You go to jail for a week. It's like, what the fuck? Motherfucker, if I'm guilty, give me the charges. If I'm not guilty, then don't charge with anything. Don't give me some fucking, it's the summer of love to teach you a lesson. We're gonna, for 2 months, like, what the fuck?
In here.
You'll be inside of here. As a lesson kind of thing. And my friend lost his fucking mind. He's officially schizophrenic. He's not well because of this. He was so afraid. Now, what happened is, I used to be so funny in there that this dude, one of the state guys, and I would hear him talking about how he's going to fuck up this baby burner, right? And the fear became from this other gangster we said, because no one was like, you fucking rapist. They was all like, you get raped, man? Get the fuck out of here. So he goes, man, you're going to have trouble. This is gangsta outside. You're going to have trouble, man.
Oh, shit.
You're going in for a skin beef. They call it skinning. You got a skin beef, nigga. You fucked up.
Oh, my.
This is fucked up.
Oh, shit.
You know?
You don't want to hear that.
So I'm going in, and I'm choking back tears like a motherfucker, you know?
Yeah.
And finally, the five, they used to walk around the yard. Just 5 of these motherfuckers. It was really like a movie. Slowly walk around the yard. They go, yo, big man. Yo, fat man, come here, man. Man, let me talk to you. But they were like country. Come here, fat man. I go, what's up? I said, man, what the fuck you in here for?
Oh, shit.
I'm walking with him. I'm telling him the story.
Holy crap.
And I'm sitting here like this. Because why they called me was, why the fuck is your co-defendant not taking showers?
Yeah.
Why is he not taking showers? He's fucking stinking, man. Somebody gonna kill him.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. They used to throw piss on him. He used to wear 3 pairs of jeans. Never took his shoes off.
Just because it would be harder to get 3 pairs of jeans off.
Just because it'd be hard to get raped. So I tell him the story, and I'm just going, I'm going to have to fight.
Have a really shitty asshole. I'll never wipe my ass.
I'm going to have to do something. This is going to be fucked up. Finally, I told him the story, and I'm just, the drum roll, the stabbing drum roll.
Where's the payoff now?
They go, what? You in here for that shit? Pulling a train, nigga? Everybody in this motherfucker did that, and you in jail for it?
Oh, shit.
Don't you ever let me see you in here again. So they just took to me. So I would walk with them every morning. They just took to me in case somebody just said, fuck it, you in there on the skin beef. But nobody ever fucked with me because it was such bullshit. It was just it was just bullshit, dude. It was like the worst thing. And the only thing I think of is I could have been in there forever on some shit like that in Boston. I know motherfuckers that went for a long time. They put us in there for like 2 months because we go, yeah, we fucked her. But it's like that's all.
Because obviously it was so obviously bullshit
It was
that
so
they couldn't
obviously
put you in there
bullshit
any
that they
longer.
couldn't
Right.
just destroy lives, but which they did destroy lives.
Yeah.
Because I bumped into a couple of other guys. One guy ran and they never caught him, and but he came back because it's the statute of limitations. But there's another kid, it changed his life too. It just makes you.
One guy ran until the statue
Yeah.
ran out.
Yeah, ran until they stopped looking for him.
There was a story of this is pretty common on college campuses, actually, and there's actually been a few stories like this where the woman accuses the man of something. The man gets kicked out of the university for the alleged charges. The guy goes to court, shows undeniable proof that the woman was lying. The judge or the jury or whoever is like, yeah, this is bullshit. Case dismissed. You're not guilty. And the university doesn't accept them back into the school. They let the woman who lied back into the university, but the man who was falsely accused, like, nah, sorry, we don't accept that at our school. So even after you're proven innocent of something like this, it still fucks with your life up. And there's no punishment for the woman. Ever.
Said fuck it, fuck it, and I didn't run because I thought, well, I did run. My mother made me run because she just knew, she had an insight that I didn't have. She's like, you can't.
Yeah, you're probably just like, what?
Yeah, why? Just some pussy. But it's like the person I'm not even mad at her, because that's why it's like the Kobe shit happened, and I say immediately, black guys are the most wanted to be fucked guys in the world, but can't be fucked. They're not allowed. No, women are not allowed to fuck black guys on any level, meaning in an open way. So it's like when I heard that Kobe shit, I'm like, I know what happened. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened, Kobe didn't take no pussy, but I can't be mad at her because this is a white bitch from Colorado who was not prepared to fuck a black guy. She's not raised to fuck a black guy. You understand? So I know what happened. It was just like he didn't do the proper thing. You know what I mean? He was probably treated like shit, and she just goes, and she's walking around, her pussy hurts, and she goes, I got it raped. And it's
Or she's full of shit and wants a bunch of money because she settled out of court for how much money? They settled out of court. And then people think when you settle out of court, why would you settle if you didn't do it? I got pulled over for allegedly speeding one time, and I knew it was bullshit because the cop mentioned my speed one time. One time he said, "You're going a little fast, are you?" And then he started talking about there's a liquor bottle in the trunk where it's legally supposed to be. If your container's open, it's supposed to be in the trunk. I had a truck bed with the hitch over it where you put stuff in it, and he saw a liquor bottle. Then he starts talking about if I'm drunk and blah blah blah. It makes me do all this field sobriety bullshit. Tells me to do breathalyzers. I'm like, no, I'm not doing a breathalyzer. This is bullshit. Anyway, he wrote me a ticket at the end of all that shit for going 69 miles per hour in a 65. It's like, I know that's bullshit. Because I set the cruise control to 65. Always. Whatever the speed limit is, I would set the cruise control. Right? And I was like, well, I'm going to fight this fucking ticket. This ticket's bullshit. I'm not going to pay this $100-something. Which is, to me at the time, is a lot of fucking money. You pay $100, then have your insurance rates go up, and then have it on your record. And when they pull you over, oh, it says here that you were speeding one time. Like, no, I'm fighting this shit. So I drive to the courthouse on the date that he gave me on the ticket. And the courthouse was like 2 hour. It was like a 2 hour long drive to the courthouse. I was like, you know what? This ain't fucking worth it. So I asked to speak to the prosecutor, whoever was the guy in that county that deals with this case. I was like, can I speak to whoever is doing the prosecution before I go in there? He's like, yeah, sure. And I go in there, I talk to him. I was like, look, man, this would happen. can you please just show me the evidence? Like, does he have me on radar? Is it on dash cam? Can I see the evidence that he has against me? I just need to know if like this is a winnable case for me if I want to fight it. Stuff like that. He's like, you know what? There's no radar gun or anything like that, but I see here that you've never had any. There's nothing on your record, clean driving record. I'll make a deal with you. Just pay the fine. You won't have anything on your record, and as long as you don't get pulled over within the next year and charged with any type of traffic violation, then you won't have any insurance hikes. Like, it'll be like it never happened. Now you're thinking, like, if you're innocent, why would you pay the ticket? Why wouldn't you fight it? Because then I'd have to drive 2 hours a fucking way to court and back to court and back to court and back, dealing with the fucking legal system. Like, just pay the $100. That's more than $100 in gas right there. For you driving a truck, it's not worth it. So dealing with this type of shit, going to trial over this type of shit, and especially if you're a famous person, and having all that shit just on display for the world to see, it's just here's the couple million. Leave me the fuck alone. You promise not to press charges. You promise you to waive your right to a speedy trial, blah, 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 blah. Whatever agreement you come to, here's the million. Leave me the fuck alone.
Just that easy, and I'm a fucking giant nigga in Boston talking. If this girl had been like the fucking mayor, like I said, the mayor's daughter, she had been some white girl who was out there doing George Bush daughter shit.
Yeah. And
it came out that she gave all these niggas some pussy. You wouldn't know me.
Oh,
damn. You wouldn't know me, you know?
Holy shit.
So that's why I go, you know, when motherfuckers say rape, now these niggas that's out here killing these little girls, 8, 10, that, you know, that's a whole nother story. But when you get some motherfucker talking about, you know, some old fucking, you know, and then I said no, and no means no, and blasey blah. I fuck my girl. Let me tell you, my girl's a fucking maniac, man. Like, she goes hit me and this and that, and it took me a long time to be able to even enjoy sex, man, on that level, because it's just, I go,
you're thinking of consequences of, you start thinking a few steps ahead of yourself.
What if, you know, look at one of these bitches on their wall, you know, these Aguilera bitches, and I fuck them, and then she give me pussy, and then say, you know, you raped me. I would believe I did. Because I'm like, I wouldn't give me pussy if I was you, but she did, you know what I mean? So that whole thing, you know, it changed my entire, a lot of my jokes, the Pepsi Cola rapist,
right,
a lot of the Tyson shit I do, all of that, it changed my life because I just had this mistrust for pussy, man. It's not an anger, it's just a mistrust because it's so easy. I guess that's the payoff. If you can be raped, then you have to have a natural mechanism to stop that from happening, which is I guess it's a trade-off. Okay, I'm gonna say you raped me. That's the power that a woman has.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say you did. Damn. As opposed to you doing it.
Yeah.
This guy actually raped you, but I'm gonna say that motherfucker, you know. So that's why when a bitch 10 years later, they say some fucking janitor took some pussy, some black janitor, and then 15 years later she goes, I was lying.
Yeah.
And he gets out and he gives the speech of I'm
just happy to be with my family.
And I'm like, man, if I did 15 years, it's like,
my God.
And they find out that the Central Park jogger kids didn't do it, I would make a speech like, look, because after 3 weeks, now I was a soft kid, like meaning I was a clown. Mm-hmm. After 3 weeks, you learn you're in prison.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid no more. And you learn how to motivate. You learn how to navigate. You learn how to. You don't take stuff. The one bit of advice that somebody told me right when I went in that kept me very, very safe is don't accept anything from anyone. If you need something, you go without.
Yeah.
You know, don't say, hey man, you're hungry. If you're hungry, you eat your fingers. Don't, because motherfucker go, here's a Snickers bar, and then they want their Snickers bar and a Milky Way tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it was this guy in there, and I was going to get into beef because I had to. And you just learn the rules of that shit. And there was this dude who had a woman's name, Shirley. you know. And what Shirley used to do is give new people food, and then the next day say, I want my food back, and if they didn't, Shirley would knock you out and rape you. So one day, I'm in the fucking shower.
Oh, no.
So Shirley says to me, that's what they call me, Heavy D. In there, Heavy D, looking good. One of the fucking Southern State motherfuckers goes, damn, boy, you can't let that happen, man.
Oh, no.
You can't let that happen.
Was he a big dude?
He
Shirley?
was my size.
Oh, damn.
So he goes,
Oh, my God.
you can't let that happen, man.
He's telling you can't let that happen.
So that day, I never wore the prison garb. But that day, I put the prison garb on. The blue shirt, top, up to my neck, fucking tucked it in. And motherfucker gave me the top of a soup can lid, bent up.
Oh, shit.
So I met Shirley outside the lunchroom after that and hemmed him up. And that motherfucker said, I was playing. I'm sorry. He got faggy.
Wow.
And another fucking Hail Mary. Like, thank you. I didn't have to really, because he was just scared of another guy his size who was mad.
Yeah.
And he just said, and I said, you're going to have to fucking apologize to me in front of everybody for saying you have to say you was joking. He said, oh, man, I would never bother Heavy D. He's a nice guy. Da-da-da-da-da-da. All right. So I didn't have to do anything I shouldn't have did.
I've known you for years.
This is such a journey into a world I have no clue about.
I'm just sitting back and listening like I've never listened before.
Oh, man.
All right. This is getting really long. Starting to lose my attention here. Yeah, I'm already getting to like the fucking 46 minute mark. Jesus, because I talked a little bit too much. But yeah, go check out the rest of the video. I'll give you the link in the description like I usually do. Patrice O'Neal's the fucking man. What do you think about this? Leave a like and comment below.